Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo. I am your host, and if you are joining us for the first time, first of all, I would like to welcome you and say thank you for joining us today. And if you're wondering what is this channel about, well, this is where fans meet and talk about football, specifically Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. If you're a returning subscriber, shout out to you. And today's shout out goes to DJ Stigzo. Shout out to you, DJ Stigzo. If you are part of this community and you're always active down in the comment section, I will always be giving shout out to those guys. So shout out to you. Now, yesterday we talked about the right backs, and today I want us to talk about the left backs. Which left back do I think Arthur Zwane will pick based on the criteria that I created on my notes here, because I'm not using my phone today. Now, what I want to first start by mentioning is the fact that there is still a possibility that Frosler could play as a left back. Why am I saying that? Because one, Uzwane and Blom have a relationship from early on with development. And I feel like because of the fact that that relationship has been growing and there's a trust involved there and there's an understanding, Uguti, this is how Coach Arthur Zwane wants to play, and Blom understands him, it's possible to see Blom starting as right back. As we saw towards the end of the last season, Uguti, what was happening is that Blom was actually playing right back and then Frosler was playing left back, even under Zwane. And that brings questions about then where does Mabiliso fit? But we'll continue and talk about that. So, because another thing that will happen that I think might not make Frosler play right back is because of the fact that good defensive midfield, I still think Uplom will not play there because there's Smart for one, there's Nange, and there's Cole. And I know there are a lot of new signings, but there's a possibility that the coach might still start with either Alexander or Nange, or even a new signing, Umat. And in that case, that leaves Uplom out. And I don't think Uplom will be out of Zwane's squad. So goes right back, and then Frosler now starts competing for the left back. And really, when we look at how Frosler can be used in that position as a left back, he has all the attributes of the full back, of course. Ugutinje, he will be playing in an inverted role. And if you watch Manchester City, you know Uguti João Cancelo is like the best left back currently in the world. I would say that. I would make that argument. I'm not even a City fan, but he plays the left back in a way that's different. Moguti, he cuts in and he gets into the midfield. He drops to the half spaces and let the other guys, the midfielders, run wide instead of Lentesibona go Liverpool, for instance, go Robertson. Moguti runs on the wide space and then Omane or Diaz drift into the half space. But he plays it differently, and he plays those balls that are dangerous with his right foot towards the back post, and then if Omares or whoever is arriving late, can then cut the ball back and then there's a goal. And it's the same thing that can happen with Ufros, like if he's played on the left back position, because we know Uguti Chiefs still wanted to sign someone for that left back position, Terence Machero, and we ended up not getting him, and Cape Town City came out and said they were not selling him. So basically there is a possibility, might be a remote possibility, but still it's possible. And going to the second player who's available to play as a left back in terms of their speed, stamina, positioning, awareness, skills, and technical ability, and also defending, is Uhlanti. Uhlanti Bafethu, I ngangimbuka AFCON, I didn't like what I saw back when he played for Vets. I think it was at Vets, and I was like, oh, this player just looks lazy. He just looks like he's not really much checking the by stamina nokuthi indaba speed. Is he quick enough? Isolate nje nalamajita lana North Africa, quick dribbling bantswempu kwi Champions League, who's gonna come out top? And vele kwi AFCON, because we're playing against African teams, he was getting exposed, and from that game I was like, hey, Lomund is the highest level, and it's like he's just dragging his feet. Why keep a game on that game, to be honest? And maybe there's a chance for him to redeem himself now that he's playing for Chiefs. But when he was playing in that AFCON game, and I never saw Hlanti the same again because of those few matches, because it wasn't just one match, it was during the tournament. And now that he has injuries on top of that, he is injured, and it's like 4 years later or 3 years later, it's like, how worse is he now, because if he's playing now, he's also going to be conscious ukuthi if I run too quick, I'm probably going to pull something too fast. Rather, if I am busy going up and down the flank, I might pull something. And that's the risk we're running with the person who now has injuries and is also, age is not on his side. So there's that thing about where does this leave us, Nohlandi? Do we just keep him? I would think he should stay as like a backup, because right now, if you're gonna make him a starter every week, that is not a smart idea. Because if we're being honest, when it comes to his technical skills, he's good. He can hit free kicks, he can play crosses at times, So in that department, he's okay, I guess. But Masaktua cover the entire flank. I that is not happening, and because of that value, you can end up finding ukuthi Umabiliso might be preferred. I'm saying might be, because I don't think they trust Umabiliso. I don't. And with Zwane Vele, this is gonna be his like first full preseason with Umabiliso. Not necessarily because last year he was there. So although Zwane wasn't coach, which means he would have then trusted him when he became coach. But we saw ukuthi he did give chances to abafana bebenywa scheme oHatebe, omshini wababuyisa eskimini, wabuyisa Zuma, dlalisa Kambole. We saw him trying out different players when he came in, but not necessarily Umabiliso. And that made me question ukuthi what is it that they are not seeing that yabo with Umabiliso? Yes, he's young, but so is Hatebe, and Hatebe did play. Yabo. So maybe uzothatha benefit kaHatebe ukuthi he knows him. But still, he also played Ukambule, a person who had been sitting on the bench and not performing at his best, and yet he was still given opportunities, even against a team like Sundowns. So it goes to show that Zwane is not necessarily scared of trying out new players, but he did not try Umabiliso, and then that made me go like, I wonder what that is. So that is why I'm saying might. And it brings me back to the point of which Frosler might end up starting, but I'm not saying that, I'm saying might again. Because there's another player who also has a relationship with Zwane, has played good development no Zwane. Although Maisemdlalisa with senior team, Zimbonile Zangumdlalisa as a right winger, which is a position that he plays. If you're wondering, let me put you out of your misery. Of course, I'm talking about Umashiane. And Umashiane kusenomngane nje obukhulu, and I know that kodwa abantu abangamthandi nje Umashiane, because I think one of the things esihlupha Umashiane after that red card, we Champions League final, I think that thing affected the boy, and to me he's never seen the same after that mistake, because it affects your confidence. Mawudlala ibhola, you'll know this. Mawudlisile team, you just scared because you're thinking, oh no, I'm gonna make a mistake, I'm gonna lose the ball and whatnot. Oh, don't worry about this, I just came back from work. Anyway, let's continue. I lost my train of thought there. So Uguti, self-confidence because of one single mistake can affect you. Look at Loris Karius, made 2 mistakes in 2018 final against Madrid, and he's never been the same keeper. Why we Besiktas never recovered by one mistake in football. One mistake can destroy an entire career that you built over years. So but I hope during this time that can be restored. As for me, who would I play as a left back? I will tell you this. I would definitely play Umabiliso. Based on me and what I've seen. Does he have stamina? Yes. Does he have speed? Yes. Does he have good technical skills? Yes. Is he positionally, is he good when it comes to awareness? Yes. Is he good, especially defending one-on-one? Yes. The only way I can see Umashiane playing as a left back, he wouldn't play necessarily as a left back, but as a left wing back. Mawukuthi zidlala a 3-4-2-1 kind of formation, which I saw what they ditched last season and went back to a 4-3-3. So you might not see Umashiane playing in that position, but you could also, because the competition ngale kwa right bafethu, there is uDoli, there is uSekgota, there is, you can also play uSolomons on that position. So about 3, and all of those 3 people are ahead of Mashiane. Ngapha kwa left you can, not to mention uNgcobo as well, uNkosi Mpili. Ngapha khona uNyaupe, khona uSekgota, you can still play him there. uPiliata I think will be the preferred starter, and then uHadebe futhi you can push him out there. Mabesaya no more foot. So competition is tight for Mashiane. Ngagcina the best bet for him is to play left back at this point. And it's gonna be tricky to see, because now it's interesting to see what our team has options, and all these options are like good players, and it will be interesting to see. But what do you guys think? Who do you think Zwane will play as a left back, and who would you play as left back, and why? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry for the late upload. I was working the whole day. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.